I think that you probably have the most species of philodendrons of any shop that I've ever looked at.
Where we are growing, we are propagating a lot, and we are making some hybrids. We are doing a lot of propagation on philodendrons. Like you saw, we have a philodendron patriciae, really nice plants,
Really
very
big.
healthy. So yeah, we are doing a lot on propagation. It's also in orchids.
Yeah.
We always try to have a lot of different species. We made some primary hybrids, so the same thing with aroids, and it's to make a lot of propagation and also to make some hybrids.
And with those hybrids, do you want to continue to expand kind of the more direct consumer part of the business?
Yeah, some of the things we are trying always to make a good hybrids, but you never know until you see the plant. So
Yeah.
you have to keep doing and try. But it's fun to do, and as you see in the international market, people loves to see hybrids. I mean,
Yeah.
good ones, not
Yeah. I would love to see a melanochrysum crossed with a soderoy.
Oh, yeah. Things that you can do, it's not so easy because especially philodendrons, you have to do the crosses
Yeah.
at night. It's not like in orchids you can do in the morning, anytime.
Yeah.
But philodendron hybrids, you have to do only at night.
Really?
And especially like late nights, like midnight or after 10. That's the times when you can pollinate them. So it's some work involved there. So.
I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, to pollinate the philodendrons, especially you have to do at night.
Wow.
Yeah, after 10 is when they start shooting the pollen,
Yeah.
and it's after that. Sometimes they do at 10, they do at midnight, or maybe early in the morning, like 1 hour or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's different. But not all of them are the same. They vary, depends on the species.
So what is your favorite hybrid that you're working on right now?
Well, we are trying to do, we did a Philodendron patriciae by Philodendron ruisi, which we have seedlings now.
Wow.
Another thing, I would love to do is patriciae by melanochrysum.
Yes.
That will be a nice thing to do, but we are working on it. We have the mother plant, so we are just, waiting for the right time to do the cross.
That's amazing. I love the melanochrysum hybrid so much, and
It's a great thing.
I would love to get a plant that's got the dark melanochrysum color, but then has like the silver variegation.
Or narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a narrow form. If it's, let's say, patriciae with a velvety like melanochrysum,
Yeah.
but narrow. That
Wow.
will be a good cross.
That would be
Yeah,
incredible.
As you do hybrids, things come to your mind, and then you think, oh, this will be a good thing. This will be a good thing. So you're always trying new things.
Have you ever done a hybridization that just turned out completely different than you thought?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Things that we did so far, we didn't do much, but things that we did so far come out nice. So.
That's good. What about anthurium? Are you doing any anthurium hybrids?
Yeah, we did. Actually, we have some seedlings of Anthurium luxurians by Anthurium forgetti.
Ooh.
Yeah, so those things, you can see the baby plants, they're going to look like Anthurium luxurians, but they have the velvety or forgetti.
That's so beautiful.
There's a lot of work to do.
It's
Maybe
almost
not
like-
enough time.
My favorite anthurium hybrid that I've ever seen was Anthurium luxurians crossed with black crystallinum.
That should be a great one.
It's beautiful. It has like the Anthurium luxurians texture, but
Yeah.
it's dark and velvety, but it has like blue undertones. If you look at in the light,
That's a spectacular.
Yeah.
That sounds great. It's a lot of things to do. If you have the mother plants, you can cross and do spectacular hybrids. As you see in the market, when you go to the ROE show in Miami, you see great crosses there. It's a lot of work, a lot of things to do.
are there any plants here today that are unique to Ecuagenera that you guys are the only ones that have them?
We go back to the Anthurium luterii.
Yeah?
That's the one we propagate, and we have this one. Anthurium luterii.
So
you won't find anywhere
you
else.
can't find it anywhere
No.
else.
No, you won't. That's unique to our nursery, to the company. And we propagate, so.
So for some of the plants that you guys have do you have employees or folks associated with the nursery that actually discover them? Do you work with kind of like scientists?
You know, we've been doing this growing aroids for 25 years.
Yeah.
25 years. So it's not the recently that we start. We have mother plants back in the nursery, the Amazon basin. We have plants growing in the backyard, like are huge, are big. So we've been doing aroids actually when we started the company. We started doing orchids, but we also start doing aroids.
Yeah.
So we know aroids for a long time, but we start producing more recently in these 4 or 5 years because the demand. The demand start like 3-4 years is growing, but the demand start for aroids about 4 years. We start producing more. We've been doing aroids for, like I say, 25 years.
Wow. I bet we probably aren't going to be able to hear us talking over the rain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for California to
Yeah.
have this rain. It's perfect.
Check out the rainstorm. It never rains in California except for when you need to record audio.
We brought the rain from Ecuador too.
Yeah, that must be what it is. So I have some questions for you about Philodendron leinamii.
Dynamic.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
over here. Let's go grab them.
Philodendron leinamii.
There's 2 of them back there.
Yeah. Philodendron leinamii, when they produce the new leaf, it's always like a pink or salmon color. Beautiful, beautiful leaf. So here we have an example. This is Philodendron leinamii. You can find some very, very southern part of Ecuador, and also, I mean, in Peru. That's where they naturally grow too. A lot of them. But we have a small population in Ecuador.
So, what I wanted to ask you about the leinamii is that apparently it was collected way back in 1895, taken to Europe,
Yeah,
and then
they grow in the botanical gardens.
in Belgium. But during the World Wars, most of the specimens were lost. And then the reason they call it leinamii is because Dr. Croat collected it in the 1980s and brought it back, and he matched his specimen to something that was growing in Ralph Lynam's collection.
Yeah.
So I want to know if you know or have an idea of where that plant might have come from.
I'm not sure.
Not sure?
No, not that part.
So did you guys get your leinamii stock from other nurseries?
Well, we had this one at the beginning. We thought was Nangaritens,
Oh,
because we have a population of Nangaritens in Ecuador too.
yeah.
But then when we start looking closer, we saw the difference. But it's, we don't have a lot. It's few in our collection. But we have the mother plant. We are making seeds like we do with Nangaritens. That's important. It's important to do from seed, everything.
How old do you think that mother plant is?
I would say around 20 years at least.
Wow.
Yeah, 20 years. But we cut it, but before that we make a lot of seeds from this. And we have Nangaritenses like this big also with the leaves.
Wow.
And they produce a lot of seeds. You can pollinate, and you got plenty of seeds. And we have a lab where we can propagate easy the amount of plants we need.
That's really interesting. So one of the ways that you can tell that you have a real leinamii and not one of the leinamii affinis is that they're crawlers, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't grow up in trees.
Right. Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They are, how do you call it? Is creeper or no?
They crawl on the
They
ground,
grow on the ground.
or creep.
Exactly.
Creepers or crawlers. Yeah.
Yeah, they are not epiphytes. They don't go on trees. They always on the ground.
That's really interesting. Just the history of that plant, I just find it really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm asking everybody. I want to know like where all these kind of like the
Well,
different.
I was reading about that from Belgium too.
Yeah.
But also Dr. Tom Croat can tell us exactly where that history is.
Yeah, where Hugh collected his.
Exactly. Yeah, the originals.
It'd be interesting to kind of trace back the plants that are growing abroad that are traced back to the original specimen that was brought to Europe.
For many years, yeah.
Yeah, or the ones in the United States that were from Ralph Lynam. And then the ones that were collected different times in South America too.
Well, you know, aroids, like I say, well, Dr. Tom Crott has been doing for many, many years, so that's he's a specialist. But it's not recently; it's for a long time that aroids was always maybe not so popular like now,
Yeah.
but was always in the market.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest plant you have here is today?
The
Maybe.
bigger plant, I will say the regalis. We have a large plants of Anthurium regali. What else we have a large? They didn't bring many large ones this time, but the larger one is Anthurium regali. That's one of the largest we have here.
We should go grab it.
Sure,
Let's
I
go
can show
grab
you.
it. Yeah, there's
you want-
I think that's a Kermalens that looks pretty big. Is that a Kermalens?
Oh, we have here. Well, you know, the Sirinoi and Kermalens, they got much larger too. Marmoratums. But we have a nice size regalia here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a beautiful.
And it's so dark.
Yeah.
Those veins are really
The
beautiful.
veins, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
That's so big.
yeah. Well,
It's
they got much larger, but this is a good size plant.
What do you think is the best tips for growing regales in a house?
I would say the best thing, plants like humidity. So you must you plant it and use an extra pot. You can use an extra pot to keep the humidity in the bottom. One pot for the plant, an extra pot, maybe with a little bit of water in the base, so they can get the humidity from the bottom of the pot. It's always good to have them with humidity if you want to grow inside the house.
So the best advice is basically to just keep your aroids moist.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's amazing. Whew. I have a couple regale that I've propagated, so I'm hoping eventually to get to your level.
And then we have the queens. A couple of like 3 or 4 days ago, I posted Anthurium the queen.
I saw
You
it.
saw that?
It was-
The leaf was like almost 4 feet long. Those are the ones we use for mothers. We
Yeah.
use for propagation.
Do you mostly propagate them or do you do seedlings too?
Well, we do from seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Warrachianums or the queen, we do from seed, and everything. Magnificums, regalis, we do from seed. Everything. I mean, we have a greenhouse. It's full of trays with seedlings. A lot of plants, different kinds.
And then how long does it take? Because do you want to grab that Queen Anthurium right there? That is huge.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get the plant to that size?
We say about 2.5 years.
Wow.
2.5 to 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit more too, but around 3 years to get this size.
That's incredible. That's such a,
So you need to have a lot of mother plants to make a lot of seeds.
yeah.
Because-
And those are grown from seed?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they are from seed. So
Those are incredible.
hopefully you can come and see us in Ecuador, and we can show you our propagation. We do from seed. I mean, we put seeds in our lab, and we also plant them straight in the trays and let them grow in trays. So we do 2 ways. We send them to the lab, and we also do in the greenhouse planting the seeds in trays.
Wow.
So we can do either way.